The difference between normal and abnormal vaginal discharge. Do you know the difference between normal vaginal discharge and abnormal vaginal discharge? Having discharge is a natural part of having a vagina, but sometimes changes in it can signal a problem. Let's take a look at the various types of vaginal discharge so that you'll know when yours is abnormal. The natural vagina. The basic function of your vagina is to provide a route from the outside of your vagina to your uterus and the rest of your internal reproductive system. The natural, acidic pH of your vagina acts to prevent infections and is caused by natural, good bacteria present in your vagina. On a normal day, your vagina keeps itself clean and in a healthy state by producing clear, mucus-like secretions. The natural balance of the vagina can be disrupted by anything that interferes with its normal environment. Normal discharge. First, it's important to understand that all people with vaginas experience some amount of vaginal discharge. Glands in your vagina and cervix produce small amounts of fluid that flows out of your body every day, taking with it old cells. Your normal vaginal discharge helps to clean the vagina, as well as keep it lubricated and free from infection and other germs. It does not have a foul smell and typically has no odor at all. Normal vaginal discharge often appears clear or milky when it dries on your panties. Occasionally, you may notice a discharge that is thin and stringy looking. You might call it clear and snotty. Things that can upset the natural pH balance of your vagina and lead to vaginal infections include vaginal douches, feminine hygiene products, antibiotics, pregnancy, diabetes. Your period affects vaginal discharge. Your menstrual cycle has a significant effect on the type of vaginal discharge you experience throughout the month. About halfway between your periods, you will see a normal increase in clear vaginal discharge. This increased wetness and clear vaginal discharge signal ovulation. That is the time of the month when you are fertile and can get pregnant. Did you know you're more likely to experience vaginal infections just before or during your period? This is because the pH balance of your vagina varies during your monthly cycle, causing the acidic level of your to be at its lowest point a few days before and during your period. Signs of abnormal discharge. It's important to recognize the signs of abnormal vaginal discharge because it could be a sign of infection or other health condition. If you experience a vaginal discharge that suddenly and randomly increases, this may be a sign of a problem. Another change that may indicate a problem is a discharge that is bright yellow or greenish in color. A thick clumped or chunky discharge or a very watery discharge can also indicate that something is amiss in your vagina. Some signs that may indicate an infection include changes in color, consistency, sometimes similar to cottage cheese, or amount, itching, discomfort, or a rash, vaginal burning during urination, the presence of blood when it's not time for your period, a foul odor accompanied by yellowish, greenish, or grayish-white vaginal discharge. If you have a vaginal discharge along with any of the aforementioned signs, consult your health care provider for diagnosis and treatment. What different kinds of discharge indicate? If your discharge is whitish to pale yellow and thick and clumped and you have vaginal itching or burning, you likely have a vaginal yeast infection. If you have a discharge that is heavier than usual, that is watery and grayish in color with a foul fishy odor, you likely have bacterial vaginosis. If you are having a vaginal discharge that suddenly increases in amount, that is green or yellowish, that has a bad odor, or is causing vaginal symptoms, you should see your doctor to determine the cause and to get treatment. The treatment for your vaginal discharge will depend on the underlying cause. For a yeast infection, you can get over-the-counter clotrimazole, Monistat, but you may want to consult your healthcare provider before self-treating. For bacterial vaginosis, a prescription is needed. Usually, your healthcare provider will prescribe vaginal metronidazole gel.